Welcome back to Pisces TV with Dr. MB. Let's get started with your reading. We have here a pick a card. Okay, so I'm going to give you a moment to meditate over the choices. The first choice, we have the beautiful quartz crystal. All right. For the second choice, we have a beautiful red ball. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's carnelian. And for the third choice, we have the chalcedony. It's a raw stone that I actually picked up in Joshua's tree, and it looks like turquoise, but I'm absolutely sure that it's not. Look at them. Which one calls to you? If you have to pause the video, that's fine. I'll still give you like a little bit of time, but for those of you that want to take a second, maybe pause the video and then we'll get started with 1, 2, and 3, or you can even choose a number, whatever resonates with you. We'll get started with group 1. The first card we have is third house, communication, transportation, local community. You have sparks of light. Love that. And the colors are similar, so that's super dope. Your the messages of Cosmic Oracle is: bet on yourself. Take a chance. Reach your dreams. You've got this. Yes. Okay. So you've got this. For finance, we have attention. Look, you're at the table just like me. Be careful in making decisions with your finances. Prioritize your needs over your wants as it affects the harmony in your cash flow. And what I feel about this, the bet on yourself, this card is more in relation to amplifying the bet on yourself. I know that the message is different, and you can take it whatever resonates with you, but you specifically from the Oracle had bet on yourself. And then the next card that came out, someone's betting. Okay, so I was nudged to not even read that, and I did it because I knew you would want to see what it said. Attention, it amplifies that card. You also have strength. Powerful. Okay. You have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so back turned and then face forward. Love that. And for all of you, I ask, what is guiding this? And yours came out to be the elephant. All right. What does this all mean? Well, let's get into it. Your third house is in relevance to your natal chart. And if you hadn't had a natal chart done, you can email me or go to PiscesTV.com if you're interested. And they're reasonably priced, okay, inexpensive. You can get a video or just a PDF of the information. But your third house, ruled by Gemini, planet Mercury. It talks about communication, transportation, local community. Ruled by Mercury, the third house is concerned with communication, the foundation of which we build our relationships. The third house affects interpersonal dynamics with everyone from your family and friends to neighbors and others in your community, as well as how you conduct yourself. In these circles, particularly, It can also indicate how your early education affected your learning style and how you process information. Look to the zodiac sign that rules your natal third house to see what type of information stimulates you intellectually. This house is also known for travel, whether over short distance, like a hike, or a longer one, like an international trip. Now, from one of my favorite decks, you have the Spark of Light, which was from the Alchemy, from the Wild Unknown. Yes, to Miss Kim Crayons. Now, intuitively, when I see Spark of Light with the elephant and this little fireball right here and that red dot on that gland, and we can't see his eyes, and the elephant can't see what's outside in the environment, but right at the feet along the path there's a flame. So for you to have sparks of light with the elephant on a path with the flame, that was very inspiring, because I remember a time in my life when the elephant came out for me, and it was a journey. It doesn't have to be a spiritual one, but more than likely it could be. And it's just the road less traveled, and to be fearless. Okay. Now, the sparks of light represents hope, sensation, exhilaration. This card arrives just in the nick of time, leaving a trail of, and see, he's going down a trail, and I'm talking about this card. It leaves a trail of celestial light to guide the way. Follow these flickers as if they are alchemical clues guiding you to an illuminated state. When this card appears, it's likely there has been a lull or void of direction in the laboratory. And the laboratory is basically you. Some may even say the lights have been turned off. But in the deep void of darkness, a messenger of hope arrives, flickering and shimmering with enthusiasm. You might feel this childlike giddiness, the presence of magic, a vision in a dream, or a simple readiness to wake up from a long slumber. Follow the physical body. Follow the tingling sensations of aliveness within you, and you won't be led astray. Vitality, clarity, and inspiration are within your reach. You are alive. You are a vital being. Appreciate this moment. One spark leads to the next. Now, with that, you have the Strength card and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, next to attention, talks about the focus and how it amplifies it by the direction. Okay? The elephant is guided through the flame. There's a fire energy and strength. So your focus and what may help you along your journey is the fire, which is passion. And at times it could be a little bit of aggression. It could also talk about the ego. And then you've had Gemini and communication. So with the Queen of Swords, it also tells me about intelligence. You are passionate and you are intelligent. Okay? Your attention in this situation is on you and on the flame. Whatever the spark of light is, which is also to me kind of connected to like the Page of Wands, or a wand energy. So the adventure, travel, what's important to you? What are you passionate about? And as the card stated, betting on yourself, taking a chance to reach your dreams, because you've got this. It also recommends something about harmony when it comes to wants and needs. All right, so I do love that for group 1, and I hope you enjoyed it. We will move to group 2. Group 2, we are going to start with your reading. First out, you have opposition, resistance, struggle, and polarity. Next, from the Alchemy guidebook or deck from the Wild Unknown, you have Oil of Vitriol. Okay. From the Messages of Cosmic Oracle cards, you have Stop pushing against what is. Align with it and move on. For finances or purposeful career, we have nature. I love that you got 2 trees. It's time to enjoy nature around you. If you feel anxious about a situation in your life or career, take a walk or clear a head and be healed. Okay? I actually took a walk today. It's not a bad idea. It's kind of hot, so I used an umbrella, but all the same. You have the Two of Swords. Okay, I guess I can move that up just a tad for you. And I won't lie, group 2, you had a few extra cards, so to be fair, I had to go back and shuffle out a bonus card for the other groups. But I still think you guys had the most cards. And I took them because it appeared to be a message. Okay, so you have the Moon, Cancer energy, and I believe the Two of Swords is Libra energy, and then you have the Chariot, which I believe is fire or Leo energy. Could be any other of the fire signs. Don't hold me to it. Oh, look, Cancer. It's just like, why did I think? Because of the King of Wands. Sorry about that. So you have Cancer and Pisces energy. The last card, which I shuffled out with the intentions to get the guide or energy involved, and you have the Vulture. Now, group 2, I will tell you that the Vulture is one of my favorite Mayan signs because it's kind of like the wise one, and they get a bad rap, but they're super dope. So shout out to you, group 2, and we will get started with your interpretation, starting with your opposition. Now, if you aren't familiar with natal charts or haven't had yours read, you can go to PiscesTV.com. I have several packages available, and they are reasonably priced, and or I'll give you some information about it in this reading. The opposition is just a way to describe how something reacts with something else or within itself. So it's an opposition. In this case, it could be intense and challenging. The opposition aspect occurs when 2 celestial bodies are exactly across the sky from one another, or at 180 degrees. This means they are 6 zodiac signs away from each other and share a modality like cardinal, fixed, or mutable. Okay? They are additionally residing in compatible elements such as fire and air, or earth and water. Oppositions are also referred to as zodiac polarities, bringing opposites together for balance. This aspect can present planets as speaking completely different languages, making it difficult to find common ground. However, oppositions lay the groundwork for growth, pushing you outside of your comfort zone to face any resistance. Now, I said resistance the way I did because usually when the Oil of Vitriol card comes up, you see how that's a lashing out and it's at the gold. If it's not you, it could be something or someone else in the environment. But in this deck, the gold is the gold, right? The alchemist is creating gold, right? I don't know if you've heard the folklore or the mystery about the gold, right? But it's what everybody's aiming for. And opposition talked about a little bit of resistance. So what is the resistance in the gold? We have purification, which could just be maybe some discomfort through a transformation. We also have resentment. Change is the only constant in this situation. When the green lion appears, a great alchemical reckoning is at foot. Long-standing frustration and imbalance cause this regal creature to lash out unconsciously, consuming all in its path. Be prepared for emotional turmoil as the lion thrashes about. Don't worry, these changes are necessary for growth and in the end will be a relief to all. Purification is the lion's aim, and it's determined to get there one way or another. When this card appears, the question must be asked, am I the green lion or the sun? Right? Is something resisting you, or is it something you're resisting? And that with the Two of Swords could be the crossroad. Now, the one consuming, or are we the ones being consumed? It is said that finding oneself in the mouth of the lion is a necessary moment on any spiritual path. As the discomfort passes, the sun beams and shines all the brighter. So I appreciate that. Here you have the sun, and crossing it you have the moon. And in the recent past, we had the eclipses. There are many things that are transpiring before, during, and after those eclipses that will never happen again in our lifetimes. Like, there's a Uranus transit that I think is every 86 years, something like that. And there's other transits that include, I think, Mars, Mercury, some other things, and you do have Gemini here in the opposition. So what does that mean? If there's resistance, there could be something that we're refusing to see. And if there's something that is refusing to be seen, even if it's not you, if it's someone else in your environment, it's causing things to kind of come apart, where you have the Two of Swords and the Chariot that mimic each other. They both have the X's here, but in the Two of Swords, there's some light. And I think that light is coming from the sun. Okay? So we don't want to resist awareness. We don't want to resist whatever is coming about through this Mars transit in Pisces throughout April. And it is also Aries season. The Chariot, like I said, is usually driven traditionally in tarot by the King of Wands, who also has fire energy. And one thing that could help fire come into balance is nature, or this green energy that we have over here, as well as the green energy that they put into this card. So notice the red here, as I almost mistook the Chariot for like fire energy, and it's Cancer. Cancer is also very nurturing. Cancer cares about the home front, taking care of others. It's a very balanced energy to help counteract the situations in the environment. And there's an energy of acceptance that comes with the Vulture, because there's a weight of some sort on a transformation. So your guide is wanting to see it through and will come up and clean whatever remains, right? Because the Vulture swoops in all things that are left, all things that are rotten. The Vulture will swoop in and take them out. So it appears that like the guide is sitting here waiting through the transformation, through the endings, through whatever scraps that may remain. And then remember, the Oracle card message was to stop pushing against what is, align with it, and move on. So the oppositions that could be resisted in this situation may be causing a refusal to see. And with the refusal to see something, with the moon here, and it's giving that eclipse energy, which is kind of like the Seven of Wands. It's like the benefit of the eclipse, or the interaction of the light and the darkness, is so that we can see things that we wouldn't normally see in total darkness and or in total light. There's some in between. usually connected to an initiation to a new beginning, as well as where we do the shadow work, if there are any blocks. Okay? Now, the Chariot, this is two different energies too. This is what traditionally would talk about a crossroad, right? Where we make the decisions and it could go either way, kind of resisting that, or maybe that triggers us a bit. Okay, when things could go either way, not really comfortable with that. This is an ultimate OG like acceptance energy, because the moon may be with you. The moon may also be guiding you, and that comes with an intuitive energy to just continue to move forward in a inner knowing, because the Chariot also talks about forward movement and is a green light. In the near future, you may have a green light toward a situation that is currently unknown, that's causing you this irritation or resistance, a little bit of struggle. Okay, now with the Vulture, okay, because like I said, it's one of my favorites, so I don't want to be biased in my approach to the message. So from the guidebook, it talks about the guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. So there are some things that are coming back into balance, which nature also looked like a recommendation. And it says the vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. The intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. And remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is a blessing in disguise. And you know what other card is connected to blessing in disguise? Pisces had a reading, and it was a finance reading, and the blessing in disguise came in where there was possible wish fulfillment and also a happy ending. I'll just say that until you get to see it for yourself. So you can go to the playlist or look through the video tab, actually, because I haven't put it in the playlist, and see if that reading resonates with you, if there are any financial, career, or like domestic matters of a concern to you. And we will move to group 3. Let's go, group 3. You have first, one of my favorites, Pluto. Pluto is one of the big homies, if you didn't know about Pluto. It talks about regeneration, rebirth, and transformation. Got excited. If you're my age, your Pluto may be in Scorpio. Don't know. This is dope too. Iron sharpens iron. That's something I learned in like Little League sports. So you have iron, which is also connected to the number 22. You have a square in the center, and it's kind of fiery. Okay, we'll talk more about that. We'll groove through them first. Your message of Cosmic Oracle is make time to play. And see, I talked about Little League sports. That is insane. It says to have fun and be free. We'll put that there. Purposeful career or finance advice. You have faith. With the salt rock. All right, everybody loves a good salt rock, honey. Those negative energies and stuff. It says this situation needs your full trust. There is a divine reason behind this experience. Your spirit guides are leading you in the right direction. So cool. You're not lost in the sauce. All right, so just have a little faith. Nextly, you have 21, the realm, right over here by 22. That is crazy. And you guys have the 5 of coins, which is why there's more faith necessary, because maybe you've been on a trip and you trying to get to the goal line, and the 5 of coins sometimes represents the halfway mark, which tells me a lot about how you may feel or the questions you could have at this time. I specifically asked for what's guiding this situation, and we had the ant come out for you, and I'm going to tell you more about what that means. What I also loved is that while you have the fire and you have the ants, it's also connected to fire. The green from the faith card and the crystal choice kind of told me about like a mixture and some balances, where there's the fire that's necessary when used to manifest the passion to work, but then the green kind of calms us and humbles us enough to not be competitive or to get worn out. And then we are in Aries season, and Mars is currently in Pisces, and we've been talking a lot about that on the channel. So let's get started with Pluto. We're going to go around kind of like that and come into the guide card in the center for you, group 3. All right. For Pluto. And firstly, wherever it may fall in your chart, if you're unfamiliar with your natal chart, you can go to piscestv.com, and I have some reasonable services if you're interested, and or now free of charge. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about it to see how it could be affecting the reading. All right. And you have many placements and many signs, 12 houses, and so on and so forth. But Pluto is here and connected to the Judgment card, so we'll keep that into consideration for the reading as well. With Pluto, the domicile, is Scorpio, exalted in Aries, fall Libra. Average sign is 11 to 31 years. That could be significant to the situation. Orbit takes 248 years, so if you catch one in your lifetime, it is magical. And the detriment is Taurus. Now, if you want more about that, we can do a natal. But for the pick a card, I just wanted to give you general information. Pluto, known as the god of the underworld. Most people say we're currently in the underworld, and some people say the underworld is a perspective. Because in doing tarot, I know that sometimes like the devil card or some of the wand suits may fall into the underworld because of the amount of hard work and or the perspective or experiences they're having. Okay, and that may even connect us to the 5 of Pentacles. But unlike any other of the pick a cards today, you have the World card and faith that you are being taken in the correct direction. So regardless of what we uncover, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, now Pluto bubbles up what is beneath the surface and subconscious shadows. As an outer planet like Uranus and Neptune, Pluto orbits slowly, and its effects are felt generationally. There could be generational issues around fiery things, which include passion, aggression, violence, sexuality, and or finances, belief systems, religion, faith. Just giving some examples. Don't turn away yet if that doesn't resonate with you, because iron has a totally different meaning. Just want to say with the fire and the ants, sometimes that's a little bit of chaos. So you have chaos and wrapping up a cycle on one side with faith, and you're almost there. Make time to play on the other side. So sit tight. Okay? Thank you. Now, with the generational aspect, each Pluto generation moves forward with power, control, and destruction, obliterating what no longer works with every subsequent Pluto orbit. By illuminating our dark side, Pluto challenges us to accept the duality of humankind. So this isn't even about you. This could be about others and your environment and their attraction to you and your light. That could be why you should have faith, because some change is coming. It's kind of cool. Pluto challenges us to accept the duality, and also if we resist, it can cause power struggles, manipulation, and obsession. So just be mindful. Okay? Now with iron coming in at 22, that is a master number, first and foremost, if you're into numerology. How it affects you may be in the realm of the Mars transit currently. Now, I believe Mars is in Pisces, and we are in Aries season, which is guided by Mars. It also talks about magnetism, and I think heavy on the magnetism because you got the ants right here. It also talks about reliability. Okay. Iron is a reliable metal that can withstand great pressure. Over the centuries, we have to utilize this metal extensively, mixing it with carbon to create a steel bridge, highways, and infrastructures that span across the globe. Okay? In alchemy, iron is associated with the planet Mars and shares its qualities of being strong, assertive, and potentially warlike. When the iron card appears, there is a call to rely only on the reliable. What truly supports you? What have you already built? Iron dwells at the center of Earth, so when all else feels lost, go inward. There is a deep magnet there that pulls you toward what is steady and true. For the moment, put your words and weapons down and let yourself be held by the structure that is already in place. That's really good about our attention possibly being on the present moment and having some faith in the situation, especially if it's about finances or some differences in beliefs, because it already said that, Pluto has a lot of strong energy. Mars has a lot of strong energy. And then you have the realm with the World card and the Five of Cups, right? So let's see. I'm gonna grab something for you real quick, and then we're gonna get to the ants. For the realm, okay, because we got the realm, and we also have Mars. So I wanted to see what that was about, and it talks about illusions are shown clearly with no fear and through the lens of the Most High. Rest deeply and firmly knowing that the world is, in fact, your entire projection and creation to steward. You are standing at the abyss where eternity intersects infinity and creates at this point from the template of your truest song. The semantics of your soul echo out into a blissful harmonic form. The realm as you once knew it is at your command. From this place, you may boldly dream up a new realm to suit whatever expressions your soul wish to sing into existence. And I saw that, like with Mars and the fire, you got the capacity to do it. Pluto is rebirthing and transformation into whatever we've come out of. But when I saw the Five of Pentacles over here by itself, it made me want to understand what that was about. So it asks, have you seen some more animalistic responses from yourself lately that have been out of character? With the ants here, like I said, there could have been a little bit of chaos, or it may be in your environment. You may be under a lot of stress, and sometimes that makes us cling to our resources, whether that's money or our creature comforts. Just know that this divine construct is waiting to give you anything you could ever dream of, and the sun is still shining, even in the perceived darkness. Come back to the warm source and breathe in the sunlight. That is so beautiful. And I was wondering, sorry about that. I was wondering if there were like any worries over finances. There we go. Or any worries like over your path or your journey. So that was kind of cool. Now with the fire ant, it's fire energy, we have aggression, rigid thinking, and following the rules. And see, that's the conflict of that Five of Pentacles at time, because following orders is what, in the Five of Pentacles, I do believe someone turned their back on, like social norms, or it talks about like a standard belief system, and then there was somebody walking out of that confine out into the cold, but still having some sort of subconscious or conscious dealings with the choice or decision that they've made, or the situation within itself. Because like I said, Pluto is different, but it's very strong. You could be different and very strong. Another aspect of the Five of Pentacles is the lights on inside, but someone is like refusing to go in, and maybe there are some differences in beliefs, like wanting to do something but not doing it. You could, but you don't, and so on and so forth. So faith comes in, and it says make time to play. Okay, so maybe it is time for you to play and you're scared to, don't know. However, the ant in the center of the reading talks about being disciplined. So if we have been playing, or we're thinking about playing, and the ants come in to say maybe have some discipline, just see how it resonates with you. It talks about taking a walk at night or some solo time to bring things back into alignment if the energy from the stronger cards make excessive heat, arguments, gossip, and so on and so forth. The fire ant is also very thoughtful. It says the energy flare-ups without even noticing it, and it's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. So if there's a person in the environment that makes you feel like that, but you step out on faith and have a kind heart, a childlike innocence, there may be a situation that is requiring your completion. There's a cycle of life that is required for you to complete it, to level up. So just keep that in mind. How can you break free from drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. All right. It also refers to gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. I had to pull myself back from that. I think we all have at some point on this planet, where my least that I could do, and I'm talking about it could have taken everything out of me to at least do that, but the least I could do in a time where I felt powerless, in a time where confrontation or chaos was all around me, or just in any time, in any situation that could be uncomfortable or unfavorable, the least I try to have the discipline for myself to do is not make it worse. So if that's walking away, if that's taking a walk, if that's taking a deep breath, if that's not acting out, lashing out, that's the least I can do. In financial discomfort, the least I can do is not go out and do something else crazy, or get too far down the rabbit hole, or, right? It's just like the least I can do. So have faith in this situation, all right? That was strong. And I do hope that it helps. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to take a moment to reflect on your selection. For more information on products and services, visit PiscesTV.com. Here on YouTube, don't forget, check out the playlist, the community board, and members section for exclusives. Thank you for watching.